What up, YouTube? Jesse here. Gonna run through my Shaquille O'Neal collection. I like doing these just so that you guys know what I'm holding, and then when I talk about stuff, you know that I have it or I don't have it. Great games yesterday on football, and should be some good ones today. So we'll start by year, and then just work up through year. The Fleer 401. There's another card in this set that he has. I like this photo better. That's why I have it. Fleer, anyone that's opened it or worked with it, the centering's really tough, so not all the 9s look the same. This is actually pretty good centering for a 9. That's the bag. Why I like the Fleer is I also watch wax boxes, and there's really not many wax boxes of Fleer out there on the market. So I think the pop on this will really stop to grow in probably 4 months' time when PSA gets through all the backlog. But the pop hasn't been growing too hard on those. This one you can get on the fairly cheap, in my opinion, $25. If you look at the pop report, pretty low rookie standouts. So this is actually an insert. I think they're cheaper than they should be. Maybe I should buy a 9, but the 8s just when it's like $20. It's like, man, that's the cost of grading and the cost of the card. Like, it's hard to say no. Fleer Ultra. So the Ultra series is, there's so many of those boxes still on the market. It's crazy. If you watch eBay, there's probably 1 or 2 boxes that end per week. I'm drinking some black coffee here. It's still morning. So the inserts I like better. I graded this myself. I sometimes have a hard time ponying it up for the 10 tax, as some people call it. Rejectors. This is 1 in 36 packs, I believe. And then it's like a 10 card set. It's got a Keem and a couple other cool people in it. Alonzo. So yeah, it's kind of a cool card too, art card. So these have always had a fairly decent pricing on them. Not decent, like it's fairly up there. I bet a 9 right now is going for $50 roughly. I've seen them go as high as 90. Members only. Watch these because some of them are mislabeled because it does say members choice down here. But the members only, these were box sets that you had to redeem. So they're pretty rare for 92. But yeah, it should have this stamp. And this is kind of one of his most expensive rookies, is the Beam Team. And the members only on these is a lot harder to see, but right there, the stamp. So I haven't seen PSA or anyone else misgrade many of these, but they have mislabeled these just because it says members choice at the bottom. So just be careful there. The 8 is where I think the value is on these because they're 3 times more rare than just the normal Beam Team. The normal Beam Team is pack pulled. Members only as a set, so if you bought the set, you got one for sure. But these are like 3 times more rare, and then on the 8s, they carry like a 10% premium, which just doesn't make sense to me. Is 3 times more rare, but only 10% more. If you watch auctions on these, you can get them for about $250. You just have to be patient, and then if you want a nice copy, how to tell is the centering here. These two. So just kind of watch that, and that's what makes the card look nicer. It's just like good centering on both. I have some copies where it's like really thin on this, but maybe it's better corners. But this is my favorite Shaq rookie. But but it's also its most expensive. You look at the 9s and the 10s, and the members only is the premium's way up there. So on the 8, it just hasn't caught on. I've graded a fair number of these and definitely got spanked. This is my highest grade that I've ever graded. I'm trying to think if I graded this one or I bought this one. I can't remember, actually. So the 8s on these, I think, are just undervalued. PSA with their new technology is grading these really hard. Or strict, maybe is the more appropriate word. It's just strict. Really cool cards. They color match. So the Jordan is like red. I have an Akeem, which I think is a gorgeous card too. The 9s of these are pretty pricey, but so that's a second year card. Another second year card here. 93 Stadium Beam Team, members only. Excuse me. The Beam Teams on 93 seem to be much more rare. I don't know why that is. If they just made less sets or they just haven't been graded, but even raw copies are really hard to find. I graded 2 of these. Both got 8, but when PSA was encapsulating the second one, they damaged it. So it turned out to be a 5. Wasn't stoked about that. The members only is, you have to look there. These aren't mislabeled that often, but occasionally they are, so just watch for that. Pretty low pop cards. Jordan has a card. There's other Hall of Famers in that. I like these. I think they're highly undervalued, just for the rarity. The first 8 issues. I like the stamp on them too. They changed the stamp in '94, I believe. And so I like this one better because of the picture. But these were 1 per box, and then it's for the whole set. So for series 1, I've talked about these. It's like you'd have to open 200 boxes to get the Shaq. So there's one in the first series, and then this would be your second series card. So, and boxes of this are around 100 and 120 bucks now. Probably 125 is what you would pay. So 100 boxes, I mean, you're talking a lot of money there. And these aren't that pricey. I forget what I paid for them. I saw a raw of this sell for 40 bucks last week or the week before. I was just bidding on a lot of other stuff, so I just didn't have the money at the time, but I thought it was a great deal. So these for under the price of a box, I think are a steal. So I pick them up as I see them. Finest. I forget the pull rate on these, but it's retarded. It's acetate. I graded this. I graded a lot of them, and PSA was pretty hard on them. And all I can figure out is the centering, top to bottom. But they're all like that. But you see that sometimes when PSA hasn't graded many of them. It's just they're going off kind of what they know. So, yeah, I dig it. Plus it's Finest, which is a good brand. Power on the Key. I graded this one too. This is like pretty soft paper stock, so getting 10s of these is actually tougher than you would think, or what I had anticipated. Intense. If you guys watch my channel, I've graded a lot of these, and the grading has gotten a lot stricter on these over the years. Or everyone knows that the grading standard kind of changed a couple months back. You occasionally see stuff on the back here, and I think that's where you get dinged between a 9 and a 10, from what I've seen. Occasionally there's like a little flaking. And I think the flaking comes as like, because they were making all these and then together. So but 10s are pretty rare. I've graded probably 20 of these and gotten 2 10s. So you're talking about 10%. Not high. That set's gotten hot. So I thought this is a good example. Players Club and Platinum. Players Club, you can see the difference. It has one less P. It doesn't say Platinum on it. And then the Players Club is just, it's normal paper stock. On the Players Club, it's hard to capture. These actually look much cooler in person. They kind of have, it's kind of a chromium finish, but the paper stock is much, much different, and it's fragile as all get up. I've accidentally scratched the surface of these just with a microfiber. So these were 1 per box. So the same as the first day issue is the way you can look at that. So then on this, you would need to pull 150, 200 boxes to get this card. These were, the Players Club is 1 per pack. So then it's like 24 or 36 packs per box. So you're looking at probably 10 boxes to get this card. 10 boxes compared to like 150 boxes. And these, I think, are underpriced too. And that's why I buy them. And I think they're cool cards. So, undervalued is maybe the appropriate term. Meltdown. The Jordan of these is... So I've been following this set, and the Meltdown of the Jordan looks to be more rare and graded harder than the Scoring Kings. So I think the Jordan of these is eventually gonna, it's already jumped, like the price has doubled in the last year on these for the Jordan. There wasn't many Shaqs graded. I've graded probably 70% of the Shaq population. And I got 1.9, and I've graded like 15 copies. I got quite a few 6s, so I got spanked. I feel like on the 6s they were a little tough. So that's not a card thing. It's like actually a part of the photograph. Cool cards. So that's my top 16 Shaq cards. I have doubles of some of these, like the Beam teams for sure, because I think those are just, I think that's Shaq's best rookie. So hope everyone has a great day. Let me know what maybe your favorite Shaq card of the bunch is. I buy Shaq. Whoops, almost lost the camera there. Anyways, that's probably a sign to wrap it up. Later.